Hello everybody and welcome to the GMS Magazine channel. I am Paco Garcia, your host, and this is the show in which I tell you basically aspects of RPG publishing. One of the people I need to talk to you about, and we need to start appreciating them because they really are the unsung heroes of publishing, are the editors. You need one, trust me. If you are writing a game, you are going to need an editor. The role of the editor is one that it can vary from many ways. But essentially, just to summarize this and make sure that this is not a mega long video, the role of the editor is going to be to take your text and tidy it up. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to have to go for absolutely everything that the editor tells you to do. They are going to take a look at your work. They're going to follow your instructions and they're going to suggest alternative words if you're repeating a word too much, an alternative phrasing if something doesn't particularly make a lot of sense. They're going to talk about the tone, and they are, if you so wish, going to also do the proofreading, which is equally important. Trust me, I know. And proofreading is something that should be done at least twice, because I've published a book that was done just once and it was nowhere near good enough. Really, it just wasn't. And that wasn't me, because I only had one proofreading done over it. And this person just didn't understand role-playing games and didn't do it properly. Now, editing also means that you're going to have to choose the right editor for you, and you're going to have to budget for it. Because if you take an editor that's used to doing, scientific texts, and you give them a role-playing game, they might do an absolutely fantastic job with the rules, but with the flavor, they may lack on it. You may even need more than one editor. Nothing wrong with that. If an editor is used to doing novels, doing a role-playing game might be a completely different kettle of fish. You also need to tell this editor what to look for. Do you want the editor to do the sensitivity editing? To take a look at, are you using too many swear words? Are there places where you are using a swear word that could change for something slightly different? That's not, because that swear word there is not appropriate. Do you want them to take a look at any kind of, racial or homophobic or xenophobic content in your work and see if actually it fits, it is where it should be, if it needs to be there at all? All those things, you need to create a brief and you need to tell the editor in advance, because the editor should be able to tell you whether they can do it or not. If anybody came to me and asked me to do sensitivity editing on topics of, Afro-American people, black people in the US, I would have no idea where to start. This is not my turf. So I would just, relinquish that bit and give it to somebody else, because it would be very unfair of me to do it. Don't get me wrong, I could take a look at it and spot some things, but I am not part of that community. I'm not part of that culture, so I cannot claim to understand enough about it to do that sensitivity editing. So you need to find, if you want to do that kind of sensitivity editing, and it is very highly recommended because your work will be criticized if you don't, or if you miss the mark on some areas. Find people that belong to that culture, that belong to that community, and you will be killing two birds with one stone. You're going to be giving some work to people that usually wouldn't get it, and you're going to make sure that you get inside information that it is very, very important. So please don't think that just writing and putting it out there with whatever it is that you want to illustrate it with is enough. You need an editor. Even if you may not think you do, you need an editor. Somebody who will take your text, refine it, and make sure that it is as good as it can be. Because A, you cannot know about everything, and B, when we get close to our text, we are going to miss things. So value your editor and make sure, above all, that you hire one And secondly, and most importantly, that you hire the right one. Thank you very much indeed for watching. Do remember to subscribe, please, and leave me your comments down there because they mean an awful lot. They help an awful lot. And if you want to hear more about this topic and expand on it, join our Patreon, where I'm going to be releasing a video on this very topic just for our Patreon to expand on sensitivity editing and how to find the right editor for your book. But until the next time, seriously, thank you very much indeed for being there, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Take care.